Hello there. So I would just like to do a video about how I was stalked by a stalker. Alright, so this guy actually made a video recently explaining how he became a convicted stalker, and this guy is one of those men who takes zero accountability for every single action, every single thing that their life has become. So basically, yes, in the whole video, he blamed me entirely. I seduced him. I was like I led him on the whole entire time, all this stuff. Alright, so I'll kind of start from the beginning. I worked at a job in the mall. I worked at a department store, Yonkers, and it was a really shitty job, but you have to pay the bills, you know, so at that time, that was what was my lot in life. So like, I remember the day that I met him specifically. I was getting ready to go out to the home department doors where we normally have to go out. My boss came up to me and introduced me to a new guy, a guy that just got a job. So I introduced myself and everything, and I mean, he seemed like an okay guy. Like, I'm not gonna know that he's insane just from the first impression. He seemed polite and stuff, and he kind of just gave me this like gaze, like he was like gazing into my soul. Anyways, yeah, he somehow found, what was it, an email or something? I don't know. I just know I had an email from him the next day, or a few days later. I remember it saying, "She will be mine. Oh yes, she will be mine." And that was just the beginning of it. I just thought he was a funny dude. Like, he's just a funny guy. There's no harm in him. He's just completely, just normal. He's not a psychopath like the movies, like you see in the movies. So anyways, yeah, I thought he was a cool guy. We started to talk. We started to bond. In our Yonkers job during work, he would make his way to my department and just talk to me. He would kind of always end up whatever department I was in, and I still didn't think anything of it. I just thought maybe I was an interesting person and he wanted to get to know me and stuff. But yeah, so everything was cool until it wasn't. So yeah, we hung out a few times. We made some music together. We recorded a song. One of them I didn't even know he was recording. I thought we were just singing for fun, but he had like a hidden video camera set up in his living room, and later made like a little montage YouTube video of us singing. So I had a boyfriend at the time, and I know I shouldn't have been even entertaining a male friend, especially if I was getting maybe slight vibes that they maybe were interested in me. I shouldn't have done it. I was super unhappy. I'll be honest and admit that I made a mistake with even hanging out with him, talking to him. I started to like him a little bit. I really did. I thought he was super talented. He was into music like me. He was into just a lot of the same common interests that not a lot of guys I ever met were into. And of course, like all narcissists, they pick and they silently study you to find out all the things that you're interested in, kind of like how you are a person, how you are the way you are, and like what made you that way. And they study, they Google, literally Google. He found me everywhere on Google, and disturbingly enough, I wish I wasn't on Google so much, but you know, you can't really take that shit down sometimes. So anyways, he stalked me on Google a lot. He just knew things about me as we started to continue talking. He just knew things that I didn't know. How would he know those things? So I don't know when it quite changed. Things became kind of a blur. I was sort of trying to escape my unhappiness with my current partner at the time by smoking a lot of weed. And I was also taking an anti-anxiety medication for my anxiety disorder I've had since I was a kid. So I had those things going for me, or not. But anyways, I don't know when it changed. I just know he started finding me places. I would go out to an occasional bar and do karaoke with my friend or whatever, and there's just so many times that he just showed up at random different bars. Like, this guy didn't even have a car for like the majority of the time he was on to me, trying to harass me and stuff. He never had a car. He just walked. He literally, I mean, if that doesn't take dedication, and if that's not some sincere dedication, I don't really know what else is. But yep, so he started finding me. I guess I kind of started to feel a little bit weirded out by that. I still was unhappy in my relationship. I still saw the guy at work. So here's what happened with him and how it pertained to our job. He ended up calling my boss one night when I was working, and he told her that he was quitting. He said he had to quit because he was obsessed with a coworker, and then he gave my name. I guess he was just really drunk, and he tried to come into work the next day, but Tracy, I always fucked that one up on purpose because she was a bitch. But yeah, he tried to come in, he was fired. So he kind of like, he started calling every department in the store as the weeks went on. Sometimes when I answered, I would just hear like a click. Like I would hear some breathing and then a click. That happened quite a bit. And then usually the same day, maybe within 10, 20 minutes, he would just show up. Like he'd walk through the little hidden doors, you know? Like, not hidden, but like kind of in the corner where most people don't enter. He'd just sneak in. Later on, another time, he came in after he was banned. My boss had to ban him because at this time it was starting to turn drastically unwanted. Like, at first I was just majorly flattered. I was lacking attention in my relationship, and he was making me feel so good. So I liked that a lot. But when he started coming into my job after he was banned, and he sometimes would have he'd have a recording camera with him, like a camcorder or whatever, and he started coming in and he was filming me for a video from afar. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, I guess I don't know what the normal reaction, like how would most women take that? Would they just laugh it off? Personally, I've seen a lot of Lifetime movies. And I know how it can end when somebody is just, when they've got the mentally unhinged stuff lurking. So I got scared. I started to get paranoid. He kept coming in even though he was banned. He didn't stop. They were threatening to call the police, which I think the mall police came and had to remove him because he was just hovering around. So at this point, it was unwanted. I told him to stop. I kept vocally saying, "You're taking this too far. You're kind of disturbing me. It's unwanted right now." Like, I just really needed time to figure out what I was going to do with my current relationship, with my life. Like, I didn't want any more confusion. And at first it was okay, a friend. But he was not coming at me in any way as a friend would. It started to get really mean. It started to get nasty. He called me. He texted me probably there was at some points it was 100 times a day, and he would find different phone numbers. There's this app where you can get different phone numbers and just text people anonymously, and he kept doing that, and I didn't like that at all. I was starting to feel, I just didn't like it, okay? So So yeah, that was happening. It seemed like it happened a lot. Like every day, started doing that. He started finding me. He still continued to find me out. He started calling my friend, my gay friend Andrew. He started calling him, and then he showed up at his job. Don't fucking ask me how he found out where he worked. He showed up at his job. I was visiting him at his work, my friend, and then I came out and I hear this guy, you know, fuck it, I'll say his name. He said mine and his, Patrick Poff. So he'd start shouting, like, Alina, I need to talk to you. I just need to talk. That kept happening. That was happening everywhere. He started incessantly calling my other friend. I don't know how he found numbers for all these people. He just did. So he started harassing my friend. I ended up moving in with her temporarily because I didn't have a place to stay and I was trying to leave my current partner. So I stayed with her for a while. One night I hear knocking on the window when she's gone. I'm in like a living room on like a little air mattress. I hear knocking, it's dark out. I'm like, what the fuck? I see his silhouette. It's him. It's him. So yeah, yep. There's that. I could list so many things that he's done, and unfortunately I had to put everything on like a flash drive card because the cops don't take this shit seriously, depending on what state you're in. I tried to file a restraining order against him, and I was denied. I showed them literally a video that this guy made with my picture, videos of me. He literally said in it he was going to bury me. He was going to hit me with a shovel and bury me. Call it a joke, call it whatever you want. That's majorly socially inappropriate in every single way. And he tried to play it off like a joke. So I was having videos of him harassing me, saying my name, showing me live, showing videos of me from before when we hung out. I have him finding me everywhere I go, feeling like he's always like watching me, literally being scared in the parking lot, like, cause he'd show up in the work parking lot just waiting for me on his bike, or I'd see him just like pedaling at me full speed on his bike, and I hadn't even gotten out of my car, and I'm just like, I'm like freaked out here, like, this is not cool. Like, not only do I suffer with an anxiety disorder, but I'm literally having something that could give any sane person like major anxiety and just stress. He caused me PTSD and he refuses to accept any responsibility. He is a narcissist. I am to blame for the entire ordeal. This ordeal went on for almost 3 years. The first year, I'd say, we kind of were just getting to know each other. I'd back off. I was a little weirded out, but I'd say as it got into that, to later on, that's when I said, no, stop, leave me the fuck alone. He wouldn't leave me alone. He started calling my mom. How the fuck did you get my mom's phone number? He called my mom when I was at her house visiting her. Anyways, Iowa wouldn't grant me a no contact order, so I tried Illinois. Illinois granted me the no conduct order because I only had like 20 gigabytes of evidence of things, of harassment claims and things that have been going on. The texts are starting to turn really nasty. They're really mean. They're calling me a fucking cunt, a whore, like just all the most mean, derogatory, sociopathic things a guy could say to a girl, he was saying to me. It went from pure idolization, like I'm just this beautiful specimen, like this unique holy grail of a woman, into like, you're a fucking cunt, like you're nothing, you're fucking worthless. Why do I bother with you? sorry. I get so upset about this sometimes. He tries to upset me. He still tries to contact me through certain media outlets. And I let him, and I shouldn't have, but I've been triggered. Last month I got really triggered. Just trying to be nice to the guy again, and I realized that's so fucking stupid of me. He gave me such bad stress and trauma for 2 years. And he did it intentionally, and that tells you, like, I must have a really kind heart, and, like, that's what these people go after. They prey after people they think that they can manipulate because they're maybe naive and experienced, just, like, innocent. So, Illinois granted me the order of protection. He violated that order the very next day. I had to keep calling the cops to file more claims. They just told me to keep calling every single time, and I was calling like multiple times a day. Just the text, the calling from random numbers, calling my mom. He showed up at my school. I was going to school to get a degree. I had to tell my teacher about it because I was nervous he might do that, and he showed up like he was waiting for me in the hallway, and it was just really embarrassing and really uncomfortable. I didn't want any drama, like I didn't want people to think I was just full of like drama. So that, the most fucked up time he violated it, the most fucked up way of doing it was I had a cop at my door and I was telling them about the violation. I was telling them about the violation. I'm just getting flustered. I was telling them about the violation. The cop came to file a report with me. Pat called my phone from another phone number since I blocked all the others. He called when the cop was there. The cop is right there and he's calling me, blowing my phone up. I handed the phone to the cop. They fucking talked to each other. They spoke. I don't really remember. I don't know what was said. All I know is he said, "You're violating the order again." Like, that's what did it. He buried himself, he nailed in the holes, but that whole ordeal, from his viewpoint, was my fault. It was my fault for sticking up for myself. My fault for trying to get the stress and the trauma and all the scary stuff how it was affecting my brain. It's my fault for wanting it to stop and that being the only way. Because telling him wasn't enough. It was my fault. It fucking wasn't my fault, dude. You fucking did that shit to yourself, and you fucking know it. So yeah, he had to go pay the price for that. I mean, they finally did something about it because he only violated it like 100 times within that week. He had to go to jail for a little bit, and then a halfway house. He blamed me for everything. There were fines and stuff. Apparently I am indebted to him for life. This guy recently asked me to pay for his security deposit so he could get a new apartment. Because he blames me because he can't get a job. It's my fault that he got an aggravated misdemeanor for harassing the fuck out of me. Alright, in all reality, like, it's not okay for guys to be doing this to women. I know that there's a lot of women right now probably going through this. You gotta do something about it. They're not gonna stop. I told him, no, stop, leave me the fuck alone. I was scared. It didn't matter. The only thing you can do is try to document, keep the evidence, and then go to the police. what they do, how they penalize the person, how they deal with it, that's on them, that's not on you. And besides, why should you feel guilty for just existing? Are you meant to deal and suffer with this just because that's the way it is? That's how the universe decided to do this? I mean, no. I just wanted to tell my story. I was very infuriated when I saw him doing a video and completely having no accountability for anything. Guys like that they're just psychotic, they're sociopathic, they don't have a heart, they don't have a soul. I mean, this guy, like, I was willing to forgive him. Don't ask me why that was important to me a little while ago. It's just personal and it came up and I started to feel bad thinking if what he was really saying was true, like it's really been like 7 years since all this shit happened and he's telling me he still can't get a job, he still has no food in his fridge. I don't know. I tried to forgive him. I told him I wanted to. He was trying to be nice through texting, but I realized with the dynamics and with everything that has happened and the way he is, he usually can't go more than one day before he slips up and starts talking to me super derogatory. It usually is because I didn't give him what he wanted. I didn't give him money. I ran into this fucking dude at Walmart. Fucking Walmart. It was really, you should have seen me, my heart like jumped out of my fucking chest. I had headphones in, I'm looking at some plants outside and I just turn around and I fucking see him and I'm like, oh my fucking God. And yeah, we talked, I tried to just say, okay, it's been so long ago, this guy can't be anywhere near the same. Like people realize that they do fucked up things and they grow, right? No, because I was really nice and I bought him groceries because he said he had none. I walked around with the dude, I bought him groceries, no strings attached, nothing expected. I just wanted to be a good person and that was my retardedness because he used that as an in to like get more stuff. Like he was still trying to text me and saying mean things to me, like every like 10 texts something mean would slip up again, and he knew how to trigger me. Guys like that know how to trigger you because they're fucking good at it. They're good at it. They always have to have the upper hand. Yep. So that's where I'm at. I don't let them back in. Don't let them back in. If they did things that were just so traumatic, why would you ever open that Pandora's box again? I think it's just like the better heart you have and the more you want to believe the best in people. I feel like those people slip up a lot when it comes to that, just letting the abuser back into their lives, like people that have actually dated. Like, I never dated this guy. We literally were just co-workers, and he literally made my life a living hell and stalked me for like 2+ years. Anyways, it's good to get this stuff out. Sorry for the creepy music going on, that I just figured it was fitting for this video. He really was a fucking creepy dude. Like, I wish I never would have boosted his ego. I was just, because he really is talented, and I told him that, like when we had texted recently, I was trying to be nice to him. He took that and ran with it. Now he thinks he's just rising up in the YouTube fame, so anyways, it's not okay. Get those assholes, shitheads out of your life. Don't let them stalk you, harass you. The damage the damage doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. You just live with it. People that already have an anxiety disorder and then they're put through something so, like, there's just so much of it that starts to blur. Like, it just, things become blurry, even though you know what happened was real. Don't doubt yourself. It happened. So, thank you for hearing my rants. This was sort of just therapy for me to get it out there and to just be done with it. Like, I deserve better than